Hello and a very warm welcome on ESPNcricinfo Match Day T20. We're building up to Delhi Daredevils hosting the Kings 11 Punjab, the first game of the season at the Firozshah Kotla. Ajit Agarkar's played a bit there in his time as a Delhi Daredevil, and Brad Hogg is back in studio with us. The format remains the same. We build up to the game with our match day match points. Here's the first of those, and it involves a good friend of Ajit's, Zahir Khan, who's leading by example for the Delhi Daredevils in the first two games. The reason why he's doing that is on your screens now. Some impressive numbers for the veteran fast bowler, if you like. He's taking the new ball and taking wickets. Now look at that, 2016, 10 wickets in 12 innings, Ajit. He's already got half of those in 1/6 the innings. He hadn't played all year since the last IPL. You get 45 seconds now to explain to us how he's got that reset that old creaking body and he's doing this?
Well, I won't be able to explain it to you in 45 minutes. I'm quite happy to see him playing. Obviously, I've not had any cricket throughout the season. Obviously, he's put in the work over the last couple of. And look, it's still early days in the tournament. Couple of games, the conditions have sometimes fallen in his favor. They were defending 201. Once where he bowled well on a good Pune pitch, and the other time against RCB in Bangalore, the pitch held up a little bit, so it made bowling that much easier. It's just how he keeps backing up. It's not going to be easy as the season progresses, but the start has been good. Once you can, if you put a string of victories together early on, it might make his job a little bit easier as the tournament goes on. But impressed, his leadership has been really good for Delhi. Last year as well, and he's carried on. I think he holds the team together well.
Yes, he's doing a job as captain as well as leader now, as well as a leading fast bowler. In some ways, you can relate to this, isn't it? Like a cricketer who has to play later on in their careers and do a job for the team. You did it successfully yourself, Brad. What's the trick?
I think the trick is that you've got pride in your performance. I don't think Zahir would be doing it without knowing that he would get through a season. I think he's got pride on the back of his mind. He wouldn't want to be letting the team down. I think the most important thing for Zahir, he fits into this bowling lineup, the left arm variation, but you've got Morris, Cummings that are attacking, Nadeem's doing a great holding role, and then you've got the options of Anderson, the all-rounder, and even Mishra, when he gets going, he hasn't had the best of starts yet. He got a couple of wickets last game, but we won't count that because that was when they were well on top. We want to see him under pressure. So he's got that helping around him. He's bowling slower balls, he's varying his pace, his experience is playing a big part. I think they're a very well balanced team. Zahir, keep it going for the old boys.
Keep it going for the old boys now. Isn't that a good one from Brad Hogg? Right. Now that was the Delhi captain. How about the Punjab captain? New man in the job. And our next match point has to do with Glenn Maxwell and how he's gone against leg spin. Now earlier on, if there was a little weakness in his game, it was perhaps how he's done against leg spin bowling, as those numbers will suggest. But over the years, he seems to have sorted that problem out quite well. We saw a really good performance, Brad, didn't we, in the test match when he played for Australia, the 100 that he made. But also seems to have worked his game against all kinds of bowling, and he's not just a slam bang player anymore. We're seeing evidence of that in the 3 games.
Yeah, I think Glenn Maxwell's a very good player against spin, especially in Australia where the ball's a little bit more conducive to it. It comes onto the bat a little more than what it does over in India. You get more turn in India, so you expect Australians and Westerners to come over and struggle in these conditions over here. I think Glenn is trying to attack the spinners ferociously at the moment, because when the pace comes in, I don't think he's quite comfortable about the excess pace, anyone bowling over 145. The reason why I'm saying that is because he's backing away a little too much, freeing that arm, and if you looked the other night, Yadav chased him, followed him and got the edge. So expect fast bowlers, the likes of Morris, Cummins, to be bowling out the body tonight.
Yeah, Ajit, just talk to us a little bit about this overall from this Kings 11 batting point of view. They do have a lot of big strikers of the ball, a lot of them with the ability to clear the fence. How is Kotla going to work for them from that point of view? 45 seconds.
For starters, it's small ground, so if they connect, it's definitely going to land in the stands. It's usually a very, very good pitch. the ball, okay, on an odd occasion it grips the surface, but otherwise it's a good pitch to bat on. I think one of the things that I've liked about Maxwell is he's not trying to overdo things. You know, we've seen over the years, you know, after a start he tries to reverse sweep, switch hit, too many things. I think he's trying to at least hit straight and maybe take his time a little bit more. He's probably coming against one of the best attacks in this tournament, so it'll be a challenge, but at this point there's so much riding on his shoulders as far as Kings 11 is concerned that he'll have to keep it going throughout the tournament, because otherwise they look a bit short.
Yes, they did lose the last game that they played against Kolkata Knight Riders. For them, the formula seems quite clear. Win, toss, chase. And that's how Kings 11 will go about, you'd suspect, most of this tournament, right? Time to pick most of the to pick our playing 11s now. And we've got Ajit and Brad to do that job for us. The Delhi Daredevils is the first team that we will have a look at. We've given Ajit Agarkar that job. So put the 11 up for you to look at. Just the one overseas batsman, frontline batsman if you like, in Sam Billings. He gets Shreyas Iyer into that team because he is now available. So Aditya Tare is no longer part of Ajit's plans, at least for this game. It's an easy swap to make, Ajit. As soon as someone of the quality of Shreyas Iyer becomes available, Tare has to make way.
Yeah, very easy. I think one of the reasons that he was playing Tare was because Iyer wasn't available. Look, otherwise the team picks itself at this point. I mean, they'll want to get a bit more out of Billings. You know, he played well last year in the few opportunities that he had. Hasn't done enough yet. The heartening thing for them is Samson's that 100.
Yeah. And
they'll need one of those innings from those 3 or 4 Indian batters that they have in their lineup.
Yes.
To do it every game. Then it becomes a lot easier for the likes of Anderson and Morris to come and just go for it. But you know, there's 4 out of the top 5, you know, 4 Indians out of the top 5. One of them has to stand up most games, or every game rather, for Delhi to have a good game, because their bowling looks so strong. If they put runs on the board, they'll always be in with a chance.
Yes, and Rishabh Pant started the tournament quite well. He's looked good in the innings that we've seen him play. 1 half century as well the other night. But let's put up the Kings 11 Punjab playing 11 that Brad Hogg has chosen for us. He brings the spinner back in Swapnil Singh. So one of the faster boys misses out. Varun Aaron is out of that team, and he's also stayed with Marcus Stoinis as one of the overseas options. Punjab do have a few overseas options to play with, but you're sticking with the guys that they've been giving a go so far in the tournament, Brad.
Yeah, well, Stoinis gives them all-round capability, and he's been bowling a lot of overs as well for them. He went up to number 3 the other day. That was a little bit of a different role for him, but he's used to that. It was an opportunity for him. He didn't take it, but hopefully he gets another one to prove himself. I've brought Swapnil Singh back in. I think they really missed the other option of a spinner the other day. And the only reason why Arun's out and Ishant Sharma's in is because of Verinder Sehwag. I think Verinder wants Ishant in. He's bought him, he wants him, and I think they get along well. So I think that's just a bit of a friendship selection there.
Well, it's also the home ground for these boys.
Well, it is, and look, Ishant Sharma's really got to stand up. I thought he bowled okay the other day to the left-handers, taking it across them, but he's got to find a plan to the right-handers if he's going to play any part in this T20 tournament. He's a fantastic test bowler. He's done the job there, but come on. Let's stick up and pick it up in the T20s. Okay, show us what you got, Ishant.
So Brad's got some patience for Ishant Sharma to stay on in that Kings 11 Punjab playing 11. Bought as an afterthought, remember, as a replacement for Murli Vijay. Thank you so much to Ajit Agarkar and Brad Hogg for setting that contest up for us. It is at the Firozshah Kotla. This is how you can get involved on the program. Ask Hoggy, Ask Ajit, ESPN Matchday. Those are the hashtags. Remember, we are live at 7:30 p.m. on our Facebook page as well as on ESPNcricinfo. So you can get involved, ask us your questions. There's a YouTube channel as well which you can subscribe to and get all of this content. Ajit and Brad Hogg every day of the tournament, setting up games for us and reviewing them. Thank you so much, guys. That's it. Let's look ahead to the first game at the Kotla this season.